Hi, this is my review for White Knight Chronicles 2 on the PlayStation 3. Now, those who have played White Knight Chronicles 1 will probably be wondering what's different on White Knight Chronicles 2. I'm just going to go through a few of the things that are new to White Chronicles 2 over the first one. And as you can see on this title screen, there's also a data link option. Now, the data link option lets you import the information from the PSP from White Knight Chronicles Origins, and with that you can get some pretty gnarly suits, sort of like the Optimus suits. They almost look like Power Rangers, to be honest, though. But you can get some Geo sort of suits as well, which are pretty nice. This is the intro. I'm just going to let that run a little. It's quite impressive compared to the intro to the first one, although the first White Knight Chronicles intro was quite nice. I mean, this is probably going to give away a little bit of the gameplay, but then again, if you already search on YouTube for White Knight Chronicles 2, you've probably come across this like umpteen million times. It is quite breathtaking. A lot of it is FMV, in fact virtually all of it is, it's not in game. But the White Knight Chronicles 2 story is so much more engrossing than the first one. The depth and playability is fantastic. White Knight Chronicles 1 didn't really prove to be much of a challenge whatsoever. You could pretty much completely walk through the one-player game pretty much without losing a life, unless you've done something terribly stupid or wrong. White Knight Chronicles 2 is fairly unforgiving in parts. For example, that part where you saw those two dragons running towards the screen, you've got to fight both of them at the same time, and all your characters that can turn into knights are buggered off on another quest. So you're left pretty much with Eldor, your main avatar type guy, a knight type dude, that guy, yeah, you're pretty much outmatched completely, and you have to sort of take him down just using magic and just normal moves when there's two of them. And it was really tough going. I had to level up for a good couple of hours, do a few guild quests, get some better armour, and then go back and fight them. And only then did I only just do it by the neck of my teeth. And I must admit, I must have continued or quit out about 6 or 7 times on that, trying to get past that bit. And there's other equally frustrating parts in the White Knight Chronicles 2 storyline. But it's not a bad thing, because they needed to ramp up the hardness of the game, because the first one was, as I say, a walk in the park. Second one, it's got a lot more longevity in the one-player line. And also there are some meanies in it, like him. He is huge. Your knights, compared to him, look like a normal person compared to the knights. Farrier is a new town. It's very sort of like a samurai, sort of Japan sort of style. I'll just go in there. Yep, as I say, nice little town. There's actual fish in that lake. Unlike any other lake in the game, there is actual fish in that one. Just because I'm sad enough and stood there for long enough to look for the things. But there's new guild crests. You might have seen that one there, seasonal travel. Basically you have to go to each season, kill the little sort of things that appear there, the little meanies, and once you kill enough little meanies in one section, one season, a big meanie appears. Now look, there's a new monster, new to this version. Now you see that the numbers are all coming up in sort of like silvery tones. But if you find out what the enemy's weak against, there you go, he's weak against wind. So if I hit him with a wind shot, there you go, it'll come up in gold. See that? It sort of gives you an indication that you're doing like mass damage to the things, and you know that they're weak against that, which is quite nice. I quite like that element. The actual attack circle is a lot quicker in White Knight Chronicles 2 over the first one. It really makes being a bowman preferable over most weapon types for myself. Okay, right, so there you go, look, picking up. And I actually found like about 4 things there. I was about to do that cruddy animation 4 times over, but in this one I've saved the hassle of that. Here's hunt bounties. And I've pretty much done all of them. There's a few that I haven't towards the bottom because they're rock hard. The King and You is one in the secret passage that I was just on about, and you have to go against Avalus, which is a giant, great big wraith type creature. You have to hit with white light before you can actually hit him and hurt him. so it is actually hard as nails, that. You got Polar Opposites, which is in the Lost Forest. There's 2 dragons to kill there. If I manage to do that, I'll get Mirage armour, a whole set of armour, which is probably worth shed loads. You get a load of guild rank points, get loads of XP. It's a good way to level up and to jump guild ranks quite quickly doing these quests. So I went up quite a few levels going through all these. I've got all my different armour sets for like White Knight Origins. I imported all these in. A bit Power Rangers. I mean, you're going to look like a complete tard running around in them. But then you got like the Geo armour that you can put over the top. Now I quite like the Geo armour, and it's better than a lot of the armour that you normally get, so it's quite nice to have those sets available. And then you can also go as a Magic Soldier if you wanted, which is quite cool, or Ballandor Knight. There's a few others you can get that I don't think I've quite unlocked yet. So that's that. And then you've got also your Incorpius, which is like your Optimus. Incorpius, Optimus, same sort of thing really. They call it an Incorpius, or Optimus, sorry, in White Knight Chronicles Origins. Incorpius. I've called mine the old Rusty. I mean, my guy is an old dude anyway, he's like an old age pensioner. So I've made my suit look really rusty and old, which is quite cool. You can get all different weapons and things for your Corpius as well. You can change the nickname. I mean, there you go, Old Rusty. I have noticed that I'm level 66. You can go all the way up to like level 80, I believe. When you transfer your character over from White Knight 1 to White Knight 2, you will drop back down to being level 35. Your guild rank points transfer over, but the guild rank points are stacked differently. Now, you may be a higher guild rank, but they've also changed the guild rank criteria for the levels, so it all works out about even. You can climb guild rank slightly quicker. Getting up to guild rank 18, for example, will only take half the time really that it would have taken in White Knight 1. And also your rebirths, they do not carry over. You don't get to keep your rebirths. So if you're on White Knight 1, you've just reached a point where you're going to be doing rebirths, and you're thinking about getting White Knight 2, don't bother doing your rebirths because you've got to do them all over again. Also, weapon enhancements, they do not carry over either, so there's no point in upgrading your armour or weapons too much, unless you need to obviously to kill bosses and things, but in White Knight 1 I can't see that happening, to be honest. That's pretty much all I've got to say on skills and transferring your character over, the pros and cons of doing so. When you do transfer your character over, you get to change them. You get to change their look and appearance for free, so make full use of that. There is so much more to this than White Knight Chronicles 1. It's a much more in-depth game. After you complete the game, the fortress rises, and you've got all different levels that you can go to within inside that fortress. Now, I haven't met anybody that's actually reached the top as yet, so I don't know what happens when you reach the top, but what I have heard is that there's a massive boss fight and you get a second ending to the game. Oh, I think I've got enough to transform. Let me just show you my White Knight. Well, not my White Knight, but my Incorpius. There you go. Old Rusty to the rescue. Now I've only got 2 attacks because that's the weapon that he holds. As you get better weapons and you move further forwards, you get better moves. You get some awesome moves. I've seen some guys' knights and they are immense. It adds an extra layer to the game, a little bit of extra depth. But yeah, I'll leave it there. That's pretty much everything I feel covered in a very basic way. This game is huge and it's well worth buying over the first one. If you enjoyed the first one, this one will blow you away. It is amazing, and the online community is growing day by day. It is catching on that this is a good game. So please go out and buy it and add me as a friend, Land of Shadows, and quest with me. I'm on most Fridays and I'm based in the UK.